Aaron, is Clay Holmes okay?
Yes. Yeah, I was just staying away from him today.
With the offense, again, it just seems like they continue to roll. Just what has stood out about the offensive performance over the last couple of weeks to you?
I think just the relentless nature. Obviously what Juan and Aaron are doing is really special. But in and around them, the supporting cast, whether it's Doogie getting a big hit one day, Volpe's been so consistent at the top. Big G's been a threat in the middle all year. I thought Giancarlo today, I kind of even said to him after the homer, I was like, man, I felt like that was coming all day. It's just like good at bats, on pitches, just missed a couple, and then finally, hits a pop-up 110 into the second deck. So, we've gotten contributions from the bottom of the order. Glaber with a big hit to start the rally in San Francisco on Sunday, hits the homer to get us going today. So a little bit everywhere, with obviously, two monsters right now in the 2-3 spot. So it's fun. It's fun to see their camaraderie. It's fun to see their conversations. It's fun to see their focus, and they're not letting up.
Stanton, Judge, and Soto are the first trio in Yankees history to have 15 or more home runs throughout the first 62 games of the season. Is that pretty wild to you, considering some of the names that have worn the pinstripes?
Yeah. Wow. That is impressive. I mean, what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, that's, the Big G's got 15, and it's, try not to take that for granted.
Dan, Bill.
Yeah, aside from the fact that Heal's not really giving up any runs, he's hardly giving up any hits. Why do you think he's so hard to actually get a hit off of?
That's a good way of putting it, because that's how I always view him. It's just hard to get a hit off of him. It's just his stuff really plays. The fastball is real. The hitters show you that every time, but you see just how good his changeup is, and the changeup's been, a genuine second pitch factor for him pretty much every start. And I thought tonight he had a really good changeup. I didn't think he was overwhelming tonight, which is, kind of a testament to, how he walked through 6 innings there. And, I don't necessarily think he was, at times where we see him really overwhelm you. I thought his changeup had really good depth to it. There were some pitches that from the side, almost, you look up, it's 92, 93, changeup, and had a little forkball look to it. That's how much it was diving. He walked a couple guys, got behind a few guys, but, it really does a good job of controlling himself in the moments now when he does get himself into a little bit of a, maybe if it's out of whack for a couple pitches, I feel like he's doing a better job of just reining it in, self-correcting out there, and 6 more strong ones tonight.
And how encouraging was Cole? I know he pitched 3 in the third, I think, no runs, and he spoke very confidently after his outing.
Yeah, I saw quite a bit of the first 2 innings before I went out, and I thought he looked really sharp, just as far as command of the fastball and getting it to where he wanted to, getting the swing and miss. So good to hear. I didn't know he spoke after, or didn't hear about him speaking, so the 15 or 20 pitches that I saw looked like Gerrit, looked sharp. So another encouraging step. We'll see how we get through these next several days.
For as dominant as he's been, Aaron, it seems like you guys have done a pretty good job at looking at a certain point with him and then calling it a night. Like tonight at 88 pitches, 6 innings. That's a pretty conscious effort to just kind of leave him where he's at and leave in a good spot.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's going to be nights where he's coming off an 8-inning outing. Whether it was the last one, this one, or the next one, like there was an outing where I was hoping to get him kind of in that 80s range regardless. So the fact that he's able to get through 6 tonight and keeping him under 90, you kind of value that a little bit and try and pick your spots, in a way of, preserving it too. So certainly mindful of that, but also understanding, he's healthy and strong, and, there's going to be nights where let's go.
Back right.
Mr. Boone, yeah. Just want to run a spotlight really quickly. Anthony Volpe, third in singles in the entire league, tied for first in on-base streak with Aaron Judge. I believe he's batting a 2.9 and 41 runs for the entire year. I mean, coming off of a freshman year where he had up and downs, I don't see no sophomore slump. Just talk to his development and what he means to the Yankees organization going forward.
Yeah, he's just the word I used. I think I was talking about him before the game is aptitude. You know, he's obviously a really good player that jumped into a situation last year of becoming the opening day starting shortstop for the New York Yankees and took it and ran with it, but also had his struggles offensively and but also had a really successful year too, and gave you a peak, but not being satisfied, he went and worked his tail off in the winter to make adjustments. And I think that aptitude he has and the ability to apply it, coupled with being a really talented player, has allowed him to make necessary adjustments to where he is, a major cog in our order now. So just credit to him and his ability and his intelligence and his ability to make adjustments, because that's a key component to being a really good player in this league.
Max to the left.
On a night like tonight, Aaron, when Luis continues to dominate and Gerrit takes that big step closer to being back, do you let yourself think of what the two of them can do side by side in the rotation here too?
I don't know. I mean, kind of in the moment. Obviously, we know Gerrit was going today, so getting the news that he got through today and it seemed successful, and seeing him out there the little bit that I got to see him, that's encouraging. But then you're in kind of game mode with Luis, and I think all our starters have been so good this year. So I don't know. I'm obviously really excited to be able to get Gerrit back when that happens. But I don't know that I've necessarily looked at it like that.
John, last one to the right.
There's a couple times this year when you've mentioned that you kind of like felt it coming or saw it coming from Giancarlo in some ways. What is it that you're seeing in those moments when that hits you like that? Is it just the outcome? Is it just what you're seeing leading up to it?
Yeah, I just see him recognizing pitches well, getting his swing off, on time with things. I felt like all night he was. The first time he just missed the ball to right. Then the next at bat, where I think he ends up striking out, smokes the ball the other way, fouls the ball. Like, he's just on time. And when he's on time and on balance, because he's so strong and lethal, like, eventually he's going to catch you. And, just missed the ball to left his third time up, and then, didn't miss the last one. But I felt like all night. And that's kind of, when I was asked about maybe a week into the season when he was off to a slow start or whatever, to me, I felt like he was in the fight in at bats day in and day out. So I felt like, no, he's in a good spot. He just hasn't got results or hasn't connected yet at a high level. And since jump, I feel like he's been on time and on balance.